Hi, everybody. Welcome to Ladies Power Lunch. I'm so excited today because we're talking about something that I think a lot of us as entrepreneurs, we're going to have a great benefit from. I have with me as our special guest today, Jess, and she is going to just enlighten us. We're going to have tons of fun because she's also going to be giving away something for free, and it's Free Gift Friday. So we're pretty excited about that. But before we get started, why don't I just invite everybody who's hopped onto the Zoom with us today to just introduce yourself, say what your business is, and that way we can know the kinds of businesses that we are looking to serve today. So the first person that I have up here on my screen is Susan. Susan, please share with us, who are you and what do you do?
Hi, I'm Sue Mazer. I am with Pampered Chef. I have been a director and trainer for 19 years with Pampered Chef, which is a direct sales company. We sell kitchen tools, and yes, I am going to get you your can opener. Don't you worry about it. And Joanne, I'm just realizing it was you there. I've met Joanne before at several Pampered Chef parties. So our businesses kind of go hand in hand, but we are all virtual now. I'm not doing any in-home shows. We are all virtual and it is going very well. And I'm here in case you need items to make some quick, healthy meals in your home or if you need gifts for the holidays.
Awesome. Well, I'm not the big cook in my family, I have to say. I can throw down in the kitchen, but my husband, he's amazing. So maybe I can hop onto your site and see maybe some lovely kitchen gifts that he might like for the holidays.
Lots
So
of
I'm
gadgets
looking
for the
forward
men.
to
Yep,
that. Yes.
absolutely.
Awesome. Rebecca, welcome. So happy to see you. Could you tell our viewers and listeners who you are and what it is that you do?
Sure. Hi, my name is Rebecca. I'm a marketing and communications and event planning professional who's kind of shifting into the personal development and facilitation mediation landscape. And know Jess personally, so I'm excited to support her.
Yay! So Jess, you have a little cheering section here. That's kind of awesome. Joanne, welcome. Glad to see you. I know you, I love you, but will you tell our listeners and visitors who you are and what it is that you do?
Yes, so I'm Joanne and my company's Rajo, and I show you how you can incorporate healthy foods into your, raw foods into your healthy lifestyle through workshops, products, and some private coaching as well.
Yeah, I want to talk to you, Joe, because I have a lot of our patients who are leaning a little bit more into that vegetarian or even vegan lifestyle and wanting to incorporate a lot more raw foods into their diets. And I think that there is an opportunity for us to have a conversation about how maybe I can send them over to you and you can provide them with some support. So I have to say things when I think of them, guys. This show just happens organically. We are basically building our parachute on the way out of the plane. So good luck to us on that. Jim, welcome. So happy to see you. Can you tell everybody who you are and what it is that you do?
Sure. My name is Jim Williams. I am the founder and president of Bohemia Creative Services. I keep saying we, Davia, it's still just me. I do.
Well, you can count Jamie and you can count me. We're all here to support, right?
There you go. I do. Yes, I do. Creative consulting for a number of performing arts disciplines, as well as I produce podcasts for people. I am the podcast person for the Ladies Power Lunch podcast network.
You are indeed, and we love you for it.
And if you're interested in doing a podcast with Ladies Power Lunch, drop Davia a line and she'll kind of do something introductory and then send you over to me and we'll do a consult and make your idea reality. There.
Jim, there's somebody over here on our Facebook who's saying hi to you. I don't know if you've met her before. Her name is Jamie.
Oh yeah, I call her the lady that sleeps in my bed. Yeah, or I sleep in her bed. She's my wife.
Yeah, you know.
Nothing scandalous.
It's very scandalous.
They're 21 years.
Lovely. We applaud you guys. So awesome. So both of you are here on the show. Thank you everybody for joining us. And I want to say hi to all our friends over on Facebook who've joined us as well. If you've joined us over on Facebook, just drop your name or a comment in the comment box, and that way I can know that you're there and I can put you in for the drawing at the end. Awesome. So let's get down to business, shall we? Our special guest today is Jess. Now, here's the thing. Here's the reason why I thought it was so important that we have Jess on the show. Guys, you're entrepreneurs. Some of you are solopreneurs. And you ever get in that creative flow and you're doing your thing and you're really, really excited about it, and then you hit a wall because you're doing something that's outside of your sphere of genius. You're trying to create something that it's not your genius to create. There is a reason why there are people who are experts at certain things. This is the moment in your creative process where instead of losing your momentum, you actually pick up the phone or send a text message or an email to somebody who is an expert in that area. You get that off your plate and you keep your momentum going. Because if you don't do that, what you can find is that your progress gets slowed. And when your progress gets slowed, guess what also gets slowed? It's income, guys. That's what we're talking about. And also, what else gets slowed? Your impact, which is for most of us who are these heart centered entrepreneurs, we're out here trying to share this message with the world. And we don't want anything to get in the way of that. We don't want anything slowing us down when we're trying to share that amazing message that we've been put here to share. And so that's why you need Jess. And Jess is here to tell us today. Jess, what is it that you do in the world? Share that with us. Who are you?
Well, thank you, Dr. Davia. I think I need to bring you around with me everywhere I go to introduce
Absolutely.
me. That was so great. So my name is Jess Pare. I am just beginning to found a new company. I'm very excited about it. It's called Alchemy Learning Solutions. And the reason I founded Alchemy Learning Solutions is because of exactly what Dr. Davia is talking about. I've worked with a lot of coaches and consultants, especially. Those are my people. And I know how much value they bring to every client that they touch. And I know also that there are limited hours in the day. So there is this huge industry that's booming right now of online courses. And because of COVID, everybody's getting more comfortable learning online. And
well, our kids have to be learning online now, so we're doing the same.
Exactly. So what I'm seeing though is that there's a gap between being able to create a really effective online course and having the know-how to do that. So what I want to do is step into that gap, be the guide to walk with coaches and consultants along that journey, make it effortless for you to get your online course up there on the web, to promote it and launch it. I do everything from the instructional design of laying it out lesson by lesson and figuring out what's the most impactful, engaging way to teach this content, to building it on the system for you, and then creating your landing page and your launch promotion strategy with you. So that's what I'm here to do. And what I see that really excites me about it is that it's not only helping coaches and consultants discover a whole new revenue stream, it's also serving so many more people and bringing everybody up to a level of thriving in their business and in their lives. So that's what I do.
Awesome. So you mentioned that, you help the coaches and the creatives and pretty much anybody who might have some content that can be put in the form of a course to take this course out of your head or even out of your blog or out of your YouTube channel, wherever you have this content, and take it and turn it into something that can make money. Talk a little bit about how you could be making income from something that's sitting passively and dormant in your creative space. Talk a little bit about that, because I don't think everybody understands the potential that is course creation.
Yeah. So really, it's simple. If you've got, like you mentioned, a blog post, if you've got video content, if you've taught a workshop, a 30-minute, a 60-minute workshop in the past, or a 6-month program, all of these are things that can be translated into an online course format. And, those longer programs can be chunked down into smaller courses that are more bite-sized, sold as a bundle. And then, for example, like a blog post, that could be the inspiration for a course. And maybe you've got other content that we curate together to create something that's a really robust experience for the learners. So the technology allows us to do things that are multimedia. And so you can really draw from all different areas of the work that you've already created. Your downloadable worksheets, your infographics, your images, all of it together in one place.
Awesome. So we don't really know a whole lot about course creation. Let's just say we have no idea what it is that we're doing. And so we have all this content. What's the first thing that you would suggest that we do?
Great question. I would say identify who it is that you want to be serving and what's the problem that they have. So once you've got the who and the problem, you can figure out what's the transformation that I want to create for that person and how can I do that?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So the who, what's their problem really is the key for me.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay. And then what do they do next? What's the next step on this journey?
Yeah. So once you've identified the transformation you want to create, and you start to brainstorm, well, how can I do that? If the transformation I want to create for someone is, building their confidence, then, okay, how would I do that? If I start from the result I want them to have, I want them to, have the confidence to do X, Y, Z in their life, then what's the next step right before that? And so you work backwards to the beginning. Let me think of another example to make that more clear. Something as simple as
how to build a birdhouse.
How to build a birdhouse, right? So the end result is you've got a birdhouse that is structurally sound and attractive to birds. So the step right before that is maybe you have built it physically. So maybe in order to build something, you need to have construction skills. You need to know what tools you need. You need to know where to find the materials. You need to know, dimensions, right? So all of these phases come from that end result that you've identified. And then you just order them in the way that makes the most sense.
Awesome. Awesome. So how do you play into this whole process?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what I'm seeing out there is a lot of opportunities for people to learn how to do this themselves. There's free technology out there now, or very affordable technology where you can kind of build it yourself. You don't need to know how to code anything, or, have a degree in computer science. And so there's a lot of opportunity for you to do it yourself. But where I come in is that I have a background in education. I have a master's in education. I've got years of
I want to stop you right there.
Yeah.
Guys, this is what I continue to talk about and that I continue to encourage you. We have all these friends in our Ladies Power Lunch group. We know them and we love them. And you know how they say familiarity breeds contempt. So we just think that, oh, it's just Jess. But guys, Jess has a master's degree in education, right? So she knows this stuff. She actually knows how to teach people how to do stuff. Same thing with Jamie, who was on the show this morning. She has been a patent attorney for so many years and she's so experienced and she knows her stuff. The people in your group, they're here to support you. So just ask your questions and I promise you, they will pop out of the woodwork, ready and willing to help you. Resume.
Thank you. Yeah, so what I do is I distill all of the experience that I've had through my degrees, through all of the courses that I've taught, workshops that I've planned, all of that into the process that I've created. So the difference that I'm making is that you don't have to know how to teach something effectively. You just need to tell me what it is you want to teach, and I translate that into the most effective method. You don't have to know how adults learn, because I know that. So you just tell me what you want to teach, and I make sure that we're following best practices for adult learning. And the other piece that I wanted to talk about was, this other piece about differentiating yourself. I've done a lot of research about the online course market right now, and there's so many creators out there. And so, everybody can create a course on like how to meditate, but what's going to differentiate your course from all the 5,000 other courses out there?
Mm-hmm.
And so I've invested in myself to understand how we do that. And so when you hire me, you're getting that, you're getting all of my background, and you're getting me to build the course for you. So you don't have to sit there and figure out the technology and, scratch your head on that.
I love that. And I, again, go back to saying that when you're creating your thing, you don't want to spend your time bumping up against roadblocks about how does this particular software that you've never used in your entire life actually integrate with all the other things that you're doing. That's not your job. Your job is to do the thing that you are here to do, your thing that's your brilliance. And have an opportunity to take advantage of having a professional do it for you, where it will be done in a way that it will be seen and it will be differentiated from the competition, and even though there is really no such thing, but at least to be able to stand out and to also be able to have it professionally done. I know nowadays we're in that space where everybody is online, and when you're online and you're looking professional, that is another way of standing out, in my opinion. So what are the pros and cons of creating a course?
Yeah. Well, like I mentioned earlier, it's becoming a household experience to learn online. So this is really the time for to be launching something. The market is ready for it. I also mentioned the technology is pretty user friendly. So there are options out there that are free or affordable. So if you wanted to try and build it yourself, you can. It's accessible. You can create passive income. When you create an online course, it can be evergreen, which means that you don't have to be there live teaching it every time. You set it up once and then you just keep selling it. And a lot of coaches will ask me, well, how do I still get that touch with the learner? Because I want to be there for them. And that's possible. You can have your evergreen course and you can still touch in with people during a live call once a month, once a quarter. Another pro is that you can reach audiences that you might never be able to connect with otherwise. So you just expand your reach. You become an authority on your topic, and it builds your brand as an expert. And the other thing I want to say is that e-learning increases retention rates for learners by 25 to 60%. So it is, yeah. So we have this idea that learning in person is more effective in some way, but by giving learners the control of their own experience, letting them go at their pace, letting them revisit content, if you quiz them and they get it wrong, bringing them back to the lesson until they understand it. All of those are things that support learning and retention.
I love this. And I just adore the idea of having somebody who has a master's in education being the person to help me set up my course. That makes a lot of sense to me. Question for you though.
Mm-hmm.
There are some of us out here who we've tried our hands at this course creation thing, and we might have a course or 2 or 3 out there. And
talk about yourself, right?
I'm not going to name any names. But I mean, we might have stuff out there and it might not be ideal, but you know how we always have this mantra of done is better than perfect. Okay, so let's say we have some stuff that's already there. How can you help us to make our content that's already there shine?
Yeah, great question. I would, we would review it and see, does it line up with the fundamentals for good course design? So are you speaking to how every single lesson that you're teaching is relevant to the learner, and like what's in it for them? As adults, that's what we want to know. Time is precious to us. So if we're not touching on that right away, you've lost their interest. So we would start there and then look at, a lot of times creators love their content, right? Like you are the expert in it. It's so dear to you. And so you want to put everything in there that you think is important. And what we see a lot is that we overwhelm the learners. We overload them. And there's something in my field called cognitive load, which is basically the amount that the brain can process. And so especially when thinking about an online learning experience, if you've got multiple downloadables and lots of things happening on the screen and they're trying to process all of it, they're actually missing out on what you're really trying to deliver. So we look at all
yeah. You know, that's so true. So I love to mention my mentor who likes to say that stories teach way better than words do. And I can tell you guys, so I'm doing this course right now. Yeah, I know. Among all the 500 other things that I'm doing right now, I'm also doing a course. And my biggest complaint about this course is that it's too much information for me to it's just not possible for me to take all of that in, and it's all such great information. And like every single lesson has 4 videos, and then each video has like a bunch of worksheets that come with it, and then this is one of the books that is, I've got to tell you, it's a lot. And it's great information. And at some point in my life, I will get through every single one of those videos. But I'm at that stage now where I am actually going through and picking which of the videos I want to watch and which of the lessons I want to take in, because it's too much. It's just way too much information. So I absolutely get what you're saying. It makes perfect sense. We have a couple of comments over here on our Facebook group, and I just want to share those with you. We have quite a few people watching with us today because this is a really, really interesting topic for a lot of people. Elizabeth Hill says, "Hi, Jim, my podcasting guru and dear friend." Carrie says, "Yes, as a health and life coach for women in midlife." Hi, Jess. "I'm looking to build online workshops to help women feel rested, healthy, balanced, confidence, fitting into their skinny jeans. Who doesn't want that? I want to impact more women and have multiple streams of income. Let's chat." So see, somebody over here is interested in what you're putting down. And then Audra, our dear friend, who's also one of our editors for Ladies Power Lunch, along with Greenheart Publishing, she says, "Yes, having experience in and a degree in teaching matters." I think Audra has a degree in teaching also. Guys, you need to check it out. The people in our group are brilliant people. They're our friends, and we dismiss them as just being our friends, but these are some brilliant people in our group, so take advantage of them. She says, "That's why I, as a recovering classroom teacher, will always keep my CT state certification updated. Don't overload learners. Consider breadth versus depth. Jess, less is more." I love that. Thanks so much for sharing that, guys. So before we go, because we could stay here talking all day. I mean, this is such an interesting topic, but just hit some basics for us. What are some of the things that, if nobody takes anything else away from our call today, do's and don'ts for course creation?
Yeah. So interactivity is key. Learning doesn't happen by sitting there and hearing someone talk at you. Learning is by doing. So anytime that you can incorporate action into your course, that's great. Whether it is a worksheet or a workbook or a challenge, like, now take this and go talk to someone and reflect on that, bring it back to the course. there's so many creative ways that you can get learners engaged and active.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and also social learning is a huge, studies are finding that we learn better in community with each other. And when there's accountability, when we're sharing in reflection. So a lot of these online tools allow you to set up communities of learning where students can comment on each other's posts and give each other feedback and give each other encouragement. So leverage that is what I would say. And don'ts, I say, you know, there's this great quote that I've heard: people buy online courses not for your content, but for the transformation that your curated expertise can bring them. So just to drive home that point from earlier about less is more, it really is. Curation is what you can offer as an expert.
Awesome.
And then I would also say, like, don't overwhelm people with videos that are 60 minutes long. You know, and people are really up for micro learning right now, and it's very effective. So, you know, if you're thinking about incorporating videos, 5 to 10 minutes, that's all you need.
I love that. Love that so much. So, we've had quite a few people joining us today, and I would love to take this time to offer them your gift. So, can you tell us what you are giving away today?
Absolutely. So I am giving away a 45-minute course jumpstart consultation. So this will be 45 minutes. My attention is on you. You bring to me whatever you've got. So whether it's just an idea, whether you have 500 ideas and you don't know how to choose one, whether you're not sure if you have an idea, come and talk to me, and I'll bring you through that conversation so that you have more clarity on what direction to go.
Awesome. Okay, guys. So, guess what I brought back out of hiding? I brought out our prize wheel. Isn't this exciting? I know. So, I've gone ahead and made a note of all the people who have managed to join us today. There's Jim, Rebecca, Susan, Joanne, there's Jamie, Elizabeth, Hannah, Dina, Marianne, Carrie, Crystal, Audra. So, and you know, if you have commented in the chat, then you're definitely entered to be a winner today. So let's do the spin of the wheel. And our winner today is number 14, which is Audra. Awesome. Audra is a winner, and there are no mistakes. Really, there are none, because I know Audra, and I know that what she's working on right now, she will absolutely benefit from talking to you. But if people wanted to reach out to you, how could they reach you?
Absolutely. So I'm happy to do a free 30-minute consultation, discovery call with anyone. I just dropped my calendar link in the chat here on Zoom. Can we add that to Facebook as well?
Yes, you may add it to Facebook as
Perfect.
well.
Okay, and my email, if anyone wants to reach out directly, is jess@alchemylearningsolutions.com.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jamie, for joining us today. Jess, I'm sorry. I'm looking at all the chats, and you know how I love to think I can do 500 things at once. I can't. So, Jess, thank you so much for joining us today. Everybody who joined us here on Zoom, thank you for joining us. Everybody on Facebook, thanks for joining us. Congratulations, Audra, and everybody. You guys are all winners. So, if you need to talk to somebody about course creation, I would say just hop over and have a talk with Jess, because I know she's going to be really, really happy to support you in any way that she can. I'm putting that butterfly stamp on Jess right now. Awesome.
Thank you so much, Dr.
Wonderful, wonderful weekend. I can't wait to chat with you again next time. And of course, as always, like and subscribe. Bye-bye.